Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is for this look right here. It's really pretty. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. Obviously I've named it, but at the moment I don't know what I'm gonna call it. So make sure you subscribe to my channel before you leave. Hit the notification bell so you know when I upload every single Tuesday and Thursday. Give this video a big thumbs up and let's go ahead and get into the video. So I already moisturized my face, which I will probably mention again later because I'll forget. But I already moisturized. I just got done. I just used what I normally use. I figured why include it in this video when I've included it in like every other video, literally. So we're just gonna jump straight in. I don't know what look we're doing today. Sorry, my phone's going off. But I have some colors that I want to use out of this palette, which you will see in a second. So I'm first going to take the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer and prime with this today. This is one of my favorite primers, and it is my favorite eyeshadow primer to use with pressed pigments, which is what we are using today. So I just think that it grips pressed pigments really well, but not too much to where they're extremely hard to work with, if that makes sense. And I find that my pressed pigments don't skip on this primer. I feel like sometimes different primers, pressed pigments can like skip, and I find that this primer doesn't have that problem. So I love this primer, and I'm actually running low on it. Like, this one's almost empty, and I think this is my third one of this, and then I think I have one more, and then I'll have to buy another one because I love that primer. It is so good. I actually got it with my Lorac Pro palettes. That's how I first tried it out. So the palette I'm going to use today is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Mini Pro Pigment Palette Volume 2. This is the only one out of the 6 that I haven't used yet. I have swatched it. I've only swatched, I think, 3 shades out of here, and I swatched them on my Instagram probably close to a month ago, maybe. I've had this palette since February, I think, and I just haven't had a chance to play with it. I know, ridiculous, right? It is absolutely gorgeous, but I've gotten so many other palettes that I just haven't used this one quite yet. But that'll change today because this is the palette I want to use. So I'm going to first take the shade, I think I'm gonna take A1, which is this one right here, and I'm gonna use it as my transition color. It's just this gorgeous yellow color. I think this shade will look really nice for the other shades that I want to use. It's very intense. I do have a little bit of fallout though, which could be due to the brush. This brush is kind of, it's not super stiff, but I do like it, and it's just the one I'm going to use today for this shade anyway. Seems like there was still a little bit of orange left in the bristles. I think you guys can see it right there. Which, I mean, there's an orange in the palette, so I think it'll work out. It's a really light, almost pastel yellow, which is really pretty as a transition color. I don't know how well the shade would work all over the lid. Something like that, just a little something. Or make this side match now. So I haven't filmed my comparison video between the Sephora Pro pigments and the Anastasia pigments. I've kind of mentioned my thoughts on the two different palette collections, I guess, in a couple videos, just not really in depth. I did a poll on my Instagram to see if you guys would be interested, and a lot of you said you would be. So I think that video will be coming soon. I don't exactly know when, but I might even film it after I film this video just to get it out of the way. But yeah, a lot of you said you would be interested to learn what my thoughts were on the two different collections. So I did a review over every single one of the Sephora Pro palettes, but I've just kind of done music and makeup mini reviews with the Anastasia ones. But I don't know, you guys seem to like that. So now I'm gonna take the shade A3, which is this one right here. It's the orange. I'm gonna put that in my crease as well. I like the way this color looks. They do have a little bit of kick up, which I personally don't mind. Oh, it's a lot lighter than I was anticipating it would be. This is again like a pastel orange. It's very pastel. Didn't plan that, but it's gonna get darker soon because I want to use some of these darker shades in here. But I think I'm gonna take the shade B3, which is this gorgeous dark forest green, and I'm gonna put that in my crease, I think. I'm gonna pick up a light amount of this because I don't wanna have too much at once. So just take a little bit of this. So I placed it down, and now I'm just taking my brush and just flicking up like that. Very, very gently. I don't want to have the shade go up too high. And then I'll take that other brush and just blend the edges. Very, very soft. Like I'm barely holding the brush. I just want to have a little bit more of that shade blended. I don't want that shade, that green, to be too intense because I'm gonna go in with another color. I also have glitter all over my cheek. I don't know if you guys can see it, and I don't know what it's from. So that's lovely. That is how we're looking. It's not super bad if I can focus. Hello. Sometimes my camera does this. It doesn't want to focus sometimes. Let's see if I can get it back. Okay, so we're in focus here. I zoom you in slowly instead of going straight in. Okay, we're in focus now. Now I'm gonna take the shade C2, which is this gorgeous green right here, and I'll pack that on using my finger. I really want to use this purple shade. I don't know how well it's going to look with the look, but I really want to try it out. So that's what shade we're going to use to deepen up the outer edge. Not going to be for everybody, but I really want to try it. So that shade is C1. It is so pretty. That's not one of the ones that I swatched, but it looks so gorgeous in the pan that I just have to use it. So we're just gonna pack that on out here and hope that this green works with it. I already moisturized. I used these two things, the same two things I use all the time. So yeah, but in case you're new, this is the Lubriderm Daily Moisturizer, and this is the Murad Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture for Eyes. So that's what I used. So for a primer today, I'm gonna try out a new one. This could go really, really well or terrible. I'm hoping I like it. This is the Wet n Wild Water Drop Primer in Coconut. It says revolutionary cream to water formula hydrates and locks down moisture, blurs the appearance of pores. So I'm gonna try this out. I haven't tried it yet. It looks like this. It's quite thick. It has a smell to it, but it is not coconut. It kind of smells like cat litter. Like when I smelled this, that's like just now my brain went cat litter. I don't know. It's not a terrible smell. I mean, it's not great, but it's not like the worst smelling makeup product I've ever used. However, I'm not a big fan of it because it reminds me of cat litter. But I hope that it works well for me. I'm on the hunt for a really good drugstore primer, and I have a couple that I really, really like, but I feel like compared to my foundation collection, my primer collection is rather small. Not as small as like my bronzer, but it's still pretty small, and I want to try new ones for my channel. And so far I haven't really found one recently that has just blown me out of the water. I'm pretty much still using my e.l.f. Glow primer stick and the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. I love the e.l.f. face primers. They are probably my favorite ones from the drugstore, but I'm just trying to figure out what else is out there. So this Wet n Wild one seemed to moisturize my skin. Like, it feels really, really nice. I already had moisturizer on, but this one seems really, really nice, and it left my skin with like a little bit of a glow. Now, minimizing the appearance of pores, maybe a smidge. I have a cat hair on my nose. How long has that been there? Maybe a little bit, but I mean, it's not, I don't really have huge pores, so I can't really tell you if it's like anything drastic, but I'll keep trying it. I might try it again in a later video, and you know, right now I quite like it. There were a couple of these. I think there was a rose one and a cucumber one. I'm not entirely sure, but I just got the coconut one, so maybe the other ones have a different smell. Maybe they do something different. I'm not entirely sure. Actually, let me look that up for you, just because I'm curious. I know some of you probably are as well. So I think they're just different scents. So they have cucumber, rose, and coconut. I think they're just different smells. Yeah, I think they're just different smells. So maybe I'll get the other two, the rose and the cucumber, and try them out for you as well and see if they do perform a little bit differently. But I do quite like the coconut one right now. The smell does go away after you blend it out. It doesn't linger very long, which I do like as well. So to test that primer out, really, I know my makeup cloth is stained. To test that primer out, I got a matte foundation. I know, look at I hardly ever wear matte foundations, but I wanted to see exactly how hydrating, moisturizing this primer was. So I got out a matte foundation, but it's a matte foundation that I do like. I have used it a couple times. This is the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation, and this one is in the shade Alabaster. This is a really nice foundation, especially for people with oily skin. I have used this on Caitlin before, and she has oily skin, and it worked quite well. So I'm just gonna do like that, and then blend it out and just see. This has very nice coverage, but it is matte. So if you have dry skin like me, I would recommend moisturizing and having a moisturizing primer as well. But I find if you do that, it can look really, really nice. And it has really good staying power. This is the foundation that I put on Caitlin when I did her makeup when we went and saw Jake Miller in my latest Jake Miller vlog. And it lasted the whole night. I think this is also the one that she wore to Ariana Grande. I'm not entirely sure. No, Caitlin didn't wear makeup to Ariana Grande. She just did Jake Miller. But yeah, and it lasted really, really well. So, ooh, the bad thing about this is it is kind of messy. So just keep that in mind. I don't know if you guys can tell. I might zoom you guys in just so you guys can get like a really good up close view of this foundation on dry skin. So let me just zoom you in here. Keep in mind I don't have any concealer on, so yeah, but I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but it has really good coverage and it sits really, really well on my skin. Like, look at that. It sits really, really well. Even on my nose. My nose isn't perfect. No, the camera's blurry again. But it still looks really, really well. So I would say that that primer does hydrate your skin, because if I would have put this on just on my dry skin, it would have been a cakey mess. Around my nose still doesn't look perfect, but no foundation looks really good around my nose, like none. So for concealer, I'm going to take the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the shade Alabaster. I love this concealer. I've never tried the foundation, but I love the concealer. I have 3 different shades of this. Like, it is my favorite concealer ever. So to set the concealer, I'm going to take the e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Finishing Powder in the shade Fair Light. It looks like this. This is one of my favorite powders ever, and I'm running low on it, so I need to buy another one. I wasn't originally a huge fan of this. It is a sheer powder. I mean, Beautifully Bare. You would expect it to be pretty sheer. But those days, especially for me, when I'm wearing a little bit more of a matte foundation like today, and I don't want to have a whole bunch of powder on my face, but I want my concealer or my foundation to be set, this is a great powder to use. Also, if I'm just, you know, filming and these lights can get really hot sometimes and I start sweating, this is like really good just to touch up. Fun fact for you. So if you are like wearing makeup out and about and you need like a little touch-up powder, this is a good one. Contour, I'm gonna take the Benefit Hoola bronzer. I have powder all over my desk. Like, how does this even happen? I've been using a different brush to contour lately, and I can't tell if I like it or not. Let me know your guys' thoughts. This is more of like a rounded brush. I used to set my under eyes with this brush, but lately I've been contouring with it, and I mean, it does the job, but I don't know if I am totally in love with the results. All right, bronzer, I'm gonna take the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Light Bronzer. I chose this bronzer today because it is a little bit more, like on the satin side. It's not exactly matte. I mean, it's matte, but it has like a glow to it. Does that make sense? I don't think so. But it doesn't make me look super, super matte. Also, my camera is dying. What's new? So if I just like randomly jump to like blush or something, you know why. So for blush, I'm going to take the, where's it here on my cheek? Burt's Bees blush in the shade Toasted Cinnamon. You guys probably knew this was coming. I love this color. Although, shouldn't I use the pink one? I'm going to take the Burt's Bees blush in the shade Shy Pink, which is this one right here. I was going to use Toasted Cinnamon, but I just think this look would look better, a little bit more of a pinky blush. I think there might be a third color of this. I'm not sure if there is. Highlighter, I'm going to take the Tarte Amazonian Clay highlighter in the shade Exposed Highlight. Some of my favorites. C1, this one, and I'm gonna put that on my lower lash line, I think. This could either be really bad or a really good idea. Put that all the way from outer corner to inner corner, kind of like that. A1 and A3 together, the yellow and the orange again, and I'm gonna use that to blend out just a little bit. B3, this one right here. Just right on the outer. This shade's really pretty. I think if you took this green like in the crease and then this one on the lid and that to deepen it up, gorgeous. I think that would be stunning. The only downside about this palette is there's not a highlighting shade in it for me, but I personally don't mind that. I don't mind mixing palettes, but I know it's not everybody's favorite thing to do. So I'm just gonna take a cream shade. I'm just gonna take Shredded. This one right here. This is from the ColourPop Going Coconuts palette. And highlight my brow bone with that. And there's a little bit of shine or shimmer in shredded, but it's like more of like a satin finish. I know I need to do my eyebrows. Just pretend that they look good, okay? Blend it down like that, and then I'm gonna take Palm Reader, which is this one, and I'm gonna highlight my inner corner with that. I haven't actually used like any other shade from the Going Coconuts palette yet. I've only used these two as highlighting shades, but I've used some other ColourPop palettes, and I do quite like them. In fact, I did a review over the Strawberry Shake palette, which went up, I want to say like last week or the week before. So I'm going to use the Lorac Front of the Line Pro Black Eye Pencil to line my waterline. I'm gonna take the Maybelline Lash Sensational. This is one of my favorite mascaras ever. I think this is like my 3rd or 4th tube of this. Like, I'm literally obsessed. This is the Wet n Wild lipstick. I don't know the actual name of it. I will have it linked down below. In the shade Java. I haven't worn this color in a long time. That is it for this look right here. I don't know what I'm gonna call this. Do I have lipstick on my teeth? Yeah. I'm telling you, every single video of mine, just about, I have lipstick on my teeth. But I don't know exactly what I'm gonna call this look. It's really pretty. It's not something that I would probably normally do. Yeah, I don't think I would normally pair pink with green like that, but it is really, really pretty. So make sure you subscribe to my channel before you leave. Hit the notification bell so you know when I upload every single Tuesday and Thursday. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video.